The Andre The Beast Crayton Show with my co-host, Yolanda Smith.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Man, it's been a long day.
I love it. It's been a great day. We've been live all day.
Live!
Killing it. Killing the game. We have had so much diversity today, it'll make your mind boggle.
We have power, strength, and now we got soul.
Absolutely. I am excited today that we have two really awesome gentlemen joining us from the music industry. You know, sometimes you can mix it up a little bit, but one of the things that we are about is about highlighting brothers trying to do things, and music is a universal language that we can all align to. So with that, I want to introduce our two guests today. We've got coming all the way from the Ville, and I'm talking about Louis,
Kentucky.
Ville, Kentucky. We got Scoot. He calls himself G.I. Joe. And right here with me, next to me, is my main man, Damon Karl. And that's Karl with the KKK.
Indiana Zone.
With the KKK. What?
KKK. What's happening, fellas?
What's happening, guys?
How you doing today?
All right. Scoot, we're going to start with you since we got you on the camera. I want to give an opportunity to tell our viewers a little bit about you, and if you could just introduce yourself and tell them what your genre of music is and how you killing the game.
Dang, I like the way you said that.
Hey, what's good, world?
What's up,
it's your boy
guys?
Sqooty. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I live in Louisville, Kentucky right now. I've been doing music for a long time, actually. Used to get in trouble all the time in school for even freestyling all the time, so that's what I do. And like I say, man, the things that I've been doing is really just staying real and just being honest to myself, because I know that, like you say, music is it's the language of life right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's a universal language. So that's your boy.
Glad to have you on the show. Damon, what's up?
How you doing this morning? Or this evening?
Yeah,
look.
we've been here since this
We've been here
morning.
since noon.
We like to think this podcast is timeless. So
Yeah, this is the Timeless Podcast right here.
Absolutely. So what's going on with you these days?
I'm a singer-songwriter, born and raised here in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I've been doing music since I was 16, and I've gotten my inspiration from church and wanting to learn how to play guitar and, moved audiences with my, songs. So.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to cut in because I'm getting a baby face vibe over here from him.
I give good love.
Y'all know we coming to you from Indianapolis, Indiana, Naptown in the house. But this is interesting because I went to North Central High School, and I went to school with Face. Mm-hmm. So, but we didn't call him Baby Face back then, right?
Yeah.
But he used to sit in the cafeteria, and we used to think he was nerdy. He'd sit in the cafeteria and be strumming his guitar, and all the little girls be coming up, Kenny, and we were like, this dude. But I'm kind of getting a little baby face vibe over here. You got your guitar with you today, so there's no telling what might be in store.
Let's get right down to the point. Subscribe, like,
Share, comment,
and rate.
And rate.
And rate. Yes, can you rate us? We want to be rated. I've never.
Only 5 stars, please.
X. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I thought. Okay, darn.
Let's start off with Sqooty. You
done said the wrong name.
I know him as Sqooty. Y'all know him as Scoot. I call him Sqooty because we go back far back. So tell me about your journey. I mean, you was in the military. You did. Tell your story better than I can.
Yeah. Well, I was born and raised in Chicago, moved back and forth from the East Coast, West Coast, and San Diego, and back to Chicago as a kid. And I started, I used to get in trouble for rapping, freestyling, and stuff like that. And then years later, I moved to Chicago with my auntie and them. And from there, I went to high school, played football, wasn't really too heavy in the streets then, but I got in a lot of stuff, a lot of problems in the streets, and I had to, do some things that I ain't like doing because of my community, the environment. However, from there, I went off to the military and, retired in 2015. And I'm here now. I'm a full-time artist, entrepreneur. Just living my life the best way I can right now.
Did you have any role models and stuff growing up? Because you said you got in some trouble growing up, and we all did. But who was your role models, and were there people around there that you can gravitate to before you decided to go into the military, and then we'd go on from there?
As far as males, I didn't have any of them. Like, only thing I used to do as a kid was I would play Tupac CDs. Like, I'll play his old CDs. I'll play his posthumous, the albums that was released after his death. And that's when I literally start gravitating towards, like, rhyming, writing, like trying to write songs and writing verses and stuff like that. And, it really didn't happen until I went to Iraq in 2006, where I was sitting in a trailer and I used to freestyle, and this guy, his name was Staff Sergeant Thomas. I was like a specialist. And he pulled me in his trailer and he was like, "Yo, I hear you be rapping." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll freestyle, whatever." So we go to his trailer and, we was guarding a high value target at the time. It was Saddam Hussein, obviously. Well, I don't know if it was Saddam, but we guarded Saddam Hussein. But I'll go to his trailer and he'll put a beat on. I just start rapping. He gave me this little speakerphone on the computer and we just start rapping. And then he was like, "Yo, you ever came up with a hook?" I was like, "Nah." So he started teaching me how to write hooks and count bridges and just how to create a whole entire song to make it sound fuller and not repetitive.
Right.
Yes.
So
put some meat in it.
So you put meat into it and into where you could tell a story within the story so people will understand. And, it's another way of being articulate. So, like, for me, music was like the only thing I actually ever had in my life. I didn't have any male role models. All I had was Tupac, Jay-Z, 50, Eminem, Nas, Ludacris, Common. Those people were my pops.
Go ahead, Yolanda.
No, I was just thinking, because I'm going back kind of to this military experience, and it sounds like to me that was, for you, that ended up being a positive thing.
It gave me direction. It gave me, because, like, my thing was in Chicago. See, I grew up on the South Side, so, like, I lived in a neighborhood with Black Stones, and then I had to go into the GD part of the neighborhood, just get on the bus to go to high school. My high school was like on the other side of town, where you're dealing with people you don't even know. And east side of Chicago is where the murderers really be at. So it's like, dealing with that, because I play football just to stay out of trouble and to stay out the streets.
Right.
But the problem is when you're going from one neighborhood to the next neighborhood, and this is like early 2000s, so back then,
a lot of gangs and stuff.
Back then, you had to call people if you knew somebody, like, "Yo, I'm coming through the hood." Let them people know I'm coming through.
Yeah.
If you don't know nobody, man, you risking it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I had to do that every day. And in the beginning, I didn't know anybody. But what happened was I ended up getting my ass whooped and jumped on enough to where, I got tired of getting my ass whooped and I started fighting back. Then they realized, okay, dude gonna fight back. Let's leave him alone. He gonna keep coming here. And back in that time frame, you didn't have a choice of what high school you went to.
Gotcha.
Because they was trying to diversify things and keep all the kids in a certain area.
The kids and
when you got kids that grew up with in gangster mentalities, when they worship, certain people, and even though those people probably weren't really gangsters, they were really just trying to help the community. But of course, when they take out Black leaders out of our communities and they turn them and say that they was negative when they wasn't,
right?
You cut the head off, then you got a whole bunch of cowboys claiming they the boss and everything. So, because I didn't have that input, and even though my father was around like once a month, that didn't help me either because he thought I was just a weird kid because I liked the things I liked.
You have brothers and sisters?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Were they how did they impact your life? Were they positive with you? Were you able to share things with them? Did they understand where you came from?
Well, when I played football, my football team did. I mean, like most of the people on my football team did, because they was all teenagers going through the same thing I was going through. Theirs a little different. I dealt with a lot of growing up, a lot of instability because my mom. We was part of DC. We got took from my mom when I was like 12. So, and I was 12, I was hustling, selling crack in San Diego. You know what I'm saying? So I was literally becoming a man then, and then when I got to Chicago, I knew nobody. So it's like, I'm the oldest out of 5 kids.
Yeah. So you felt,
you know, so it's difficult when you transition it from, you know, one way of life, and then it's different because it's like in the West Coast, people are different. You know who is who, what is what. In Chicago, you know it's a little different.
Yeah.
And when you don't know anybody, you know, you become more of a bigger target because you easily become a target out there.
yeah.
When did you decide to go to the military? What was that turning point? Was it because of all the stuff that you was going through that became the better alternative for you?
Well, I didn't. Well, what happened was I did a year in college. I played college football for a year, and then I went home to my aunt crib with my siblings, and I didn't like the environment. I didn't like sitting at home. I couldn't even get a job at Wendy's. They was like I was overqualified, so I was trying to like.
That sounds familiar.
Yo, I'm dead serious. They said I only did a year in college. I went to school for business. They said I was overqualified to work as a cashier at Wendy's.
Jeez.
So that summer of 2005, I'm literally like sitting around the house trying to get out, and I just said, you know what, man, I need to do something. I need to get my ass out this house. I need to, you know, do something and get some type of structure because I'm around women, toxic women at that.
Oh.
You know, my mom was a crackhead, so it's like I'm around her. My auntie, she ain't no better. Even though she ain't do crack, she was the religious one. But I just said, fuck it, man. If I got to go to war, kill some people, or you know, whatever I got to do, I'd rather do that than be here.
Right.
And that's how you got over there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, I'd rather go ahead and go overseas if I got to put myself and just to make money. You know what I'm saying? Like the opportunities of earning money for me I didn't see those opportunities where I'll see it now later on in life because now I have money.
Yeah.
And I could create and network and do all that stuff versus, you know, then when I didn't have any skill sets at all.
Well, and I think at the end of the day, when you think about it, you know, and kudos to you because you could have chose a different way, and you know you could have chose a different way, which could have had a different outcome. But, you know, people sometimes want to be anti-military, but, you know, my brother went. I have a brother that went. And I'm telling you, the structure, you said it, the structure, sometimes just having that structure allows you to grow up and mature, to some degree, and really be able to put you into a different frame of mind.
But, you know, the funny part about that is it's funny how generations to generations happen. And it seems like at times that seems to be the only alternative that high school offers young men. I'm not even going to say black or white. We're not going to go down that road. But usually, and it's still that stigma to the day. If you're not carrying a football or dribbling a basketball, they don't want to have nothing to do with you. Instead of trying to provide some type of sustenance for young men. We're not going to, you know, just young men in general. Because even when I went to school, we talked about this. You know, I was lucky I got a scholarship, but I had to put so much into sports that I really wasn't trying to be an athlete. I really wanted to have something I can gravitate to. Otherwise. And it was like, go to the military. Well, no disrespect. I knew I was not cut out to be in the military. So if you don't have that cut out ability to be in the military, what do you have?
Well, you just got to figure it out. Because in my household, you were told you going to college, you better go get a job, or you going to the military. You had 3 options, point blank.
Well, let's go right to name.
Yeah.
Real quick. Hold on, Scooty. We be right back. Now, Scooty, hold on a minute, dog. We be right back. Subscribe, rate, like, share,
and comment.
You got a paycheck coming.
I think I really missed my cue, but I picked up on some. I was like, which one did he not say? You're listening to the Andre The Beast Crayton Show, and we are live in living color. We have got Scoot with us. He is the rapper of the team, and now we're going to talk a little bit to Damon, bringing us some soul sounds from the Nap Town. What's up?
What's going on? Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, we'd like to hear a little bit about your journey.
Well, I got my first start when I was in church, and I was 16 years old when I first picked up the guitar, and I wanted to learn how to play it. So, you know, you can imagine, you know, a kid sitting in the front row of the church and looking at the guitarist play, you know, licks on the guitar, and I was like, man, I really want to be that. Like, I want to be like that. So, you know, I would go after church asking him and like, hey, can you teach me how to play these licks? And, you know, that's all she wrote.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you knew how to ask for what you want.
Oh, yeah.
So did you tell me a little bit more about you and your what else made you want to decide to get into music?
Well, you know, in the beginning, before I before I had this huge fascination of wanting to play guitar, I also sung as well. So, you know, sometimes the church will make me get up and sing, you know, leads of songs, and you know, sometimes I didn't want to. I would be really, really nervous.
Come on, baby, we want to hear you.
I'm telling you.
You know how our churches are doing.
Yeah, and especially apostolic, you know, growing up apostolic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay,
They were like,
there you go.
Get up there, baby. You know, we got you covered. And yeah, being able to sing and, you know, move people through my music, I was like, I want to do this forever. And, you know.
Yeah, so where are you today? I mean, you think about where it's taking you, so give us a little bit. Okay, so you picked up the guitar at 16, and then what?
Well, when I first started picking up the guitar at 16, I began to go to every single open mic, you name it. Every single open mic, because I saw, you know, going to open mics as an opportunity to, you know, reach more and more people. And, you know, it started, you know, just me and my guitar and a loop pedal as well, too. You know, just you know, gave it a little variety of it. And, you know, I just, you know, really created a name for myself.
So what would you call your genre? What's your genre?
I would call my genre, you know, R&B and soul. With a mix of pop.
Okay, you be trying to get the girls. Yeah, that's what. Yeah. Is this your video?
This is my video called "In Your Kiss."
In Your Kiss. It's got a nice little.
Yeah, I gotta check out my bowling too. I'm really good at that.
Okay, you bowling too, huh? All right. It is what it is. That's nice. Yeah, nice. So, I mean, are you doing your thing on your own? You got some people behind you? You signed to a label? I mean, how does all that work?
Yes, currently I'm signed to management, and I am in the label called Meecap Music. Meecap Entertainment. And, you know, that's the boss man is Sid Uncle James Johnson.
Uncle Jim Johnson. So is he
Uncle
local?
Gems of the Z.
Oh, Gems.
Gems.
Okay, not no Jim now. Gems. Like
Gems.
GEMS and things. Okay.
Like slow jams.
Oh, slow jams. Like slow. Okay.
Now he has other artists as well up under his platform
Absolutely.
too. Okay.
Absolutely.
So do you collaborate with a lot of those on music, or you guys are just basically individuals? Do you guys ever come together and collaborate?
I mean, yes, we have a few songs that we collaborated on, and you know what we do is, you know, we are able to. It's like a big family, you know. It's a label that, you know, helps each other out. You know, we're not separate. We're not each other's, you know, own individual artists. I mean, at the end of the day, we are, but we help each other, you know, try to elevate.
Now you just don't you just don't do open mics.
Nah.
You know, because Steve Jefferson.
Not anymore. I'm not gonna stand open mics.
He said I used to. You got to get the operative word. Used to.
Well, I asked Steve when he showed up at Steve's going away party. Steve said, "Andre, you got to meet this guy." I said, "Well, who is he?" And he says, "You know, he came to do some work at his house." He said, "Next thing you know, all his music was downloaded on his." Tell me about that real quick.
Well, you know, I saw it as an opportunity, and you know, it was kind of a funny thing as well. You know, I like to play jokes on Brother Steve Jefferson, and And so what I did was I, grabbed this phone. I was like, his Spotify list is open. So I was like, why not? Just go ahead and add, Damon Karl, add all my songs that's here right now, which you guys can do. It's available on Spotify, Apple Music, and Tidal, and even YouTube. So it's Damon Karl.
All right.
And, I added all my music on there. And, he was riding down the street and he's, he goes, I've never heard this song. And he looks at it and I tell you, I kid you not, he was just so happy to, know that I was doing my music. And he never, until that moment, he never knew that I did music because I never really, did it around him. So, And
then when I heard you, I said, well, I see a young man with a guitar. I'm sitting at my table and stuff, and I'm watching everything unfold, and he gets up on the stand and he starts playing. I said, oh, well, I'm not going nowhere.
You say you're going to check this out. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So let me ask Sqooty a question as well. Well, really, it's two different type. Music is universal, but we're dealing with two types of music, R&B, and we're dealing with the culture of rap. What's the difference from what you're doing, and then we'll switch it over to you? Explain that to the to the viewers. Hey, I come at you with the questions, dog.
Okay, it's something happened to the
Yeah, we got a little
Yeah.
audio issue there. I'm not sure what happened.
Hold on a minute, Sqooty.
Like sounds real garbled. It's like there's a connection issue or something.
Try it again. It's still kind of buffled.
it's really garbled.
Maybe it's his headphones.
Can you disconnect and call back in real quick?
Yeah.
Sometimes that'll fix it.
So let's go to Damon with that same question while Sqooty logs back in.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference really between the R&B versus the rap? So now you're into both. Is there really that much of a difference, or what?
I mean, as far as the difference, I really, rap is not my genre, so I really can't tell you what, the difference from R&B is, because it's two totally different genres, of course. But I believe, everyone has the same objective whenever they're writing music. They want to be able to, connect with the audience. They want to be able to make the audience feel what they're feeling. What, comes from the heart reaches the heart. So that's what I think whenever I'm writing my music. So, I think it's the same objective, with what people write. So,
Yeah.
Is Scoop back with us?
Well, I mean, I think we know they're separate, right? They're definitely, one is really more rhythmic rhyme sort of.
What touches you more about the R&B side?
What touches me more is being able to, have somebody listen to my song like 50 times and then come up to me and started singing my chorus. And I think that really touches me because, it's what I try to, practice and what I try to rehearse whenever I'm writing my music. Okay, so is this word going to stick in their head, or is this type of chorus going to stick in their head? So that's what I try to.
So you really thinking through it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Seriously thinking through it. I think we got Scoop back. You back with us?
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. Yeah, that sounds much better.
So now re-answer that question for me that I gave you.
He gonna say.
The huge difference is, is that R&B, is for me, and it's just my opinion, is that I can't sing. I know I'm not a singer.
I was gonna say one sings and one.
So like I think R&B hits the soul differently than rap does, because when you hear somebody that does melody and then they have to, it's like it's a talent thing as well too. So like the difference I could say is that it hits differently because there's a lot of melody and a lot of talent and emotion within the song. And then with rap, you can have someone that don't feel anything that may just sound good because they use an auto-tune.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So in rap, you can manipulate the songs just like in R&B. You can have Willy Vanilli, but at the same token, someone has to put their energy out to make it sound believable.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So like R&B, man, you gotta, man, to make me really like your stuff, man, I gotta be able to relate. Not just that, but my girl gotta like you too.
Damon, what you think about what he just said?
I agree 100%. I agree 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. We all know, you got, you know, if you look at Drake and then you look at, who's an R&B singer, a real R&B singer, you look at, and who's that? Trey Songz.
Right.
I would rather hear a Trey Songz love song versus a Drake love song.
Yeah. I
Because
agree.
a Drake love song, he's not talking about love. He's talking about
Hitting
his
it.
feelings
Fireworks.
versus the, both perspective. Like Trey Songz, he'll talk about two perspectives from a man and a woman perspective, but then Drake,
Right.
he comes from a melodic rap / I'm in my feelings type song, and it's like, okay, dog, we get it. You're emotional.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. That's just my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather hear a real singer singing.
So,
Yeah.
So, School, how hard is it for you as a rapper, entertainer, to really keep going the way you're going in the music industry? I mean, let's get real. Everybody now is rapping. I mean, but there has to be a margin of perfection and to stay in this game and to keep your name out there. What are you doing to keep your name out there and to you had to rechange, because you said when you came back from the military, you had to learn technology.
Yeah.
Take me down that road.
Yeah. So when it comes to music, what I do is, staying updated with what's going on, and also just continue being me, because I don't want to sound like everybody else sounded. Because I mean, right now in hip hop, everybody sounded like,
Right.
I just listened to the Kanye West album, and I actually was inspired by it because it sounded different.
So how do
I
you
was
break?
really
Yeah.
inspired by it.
So how do you break
So-
through this game? And really, I think what he's saying is, when you think about it, you got to have a competitive advantage or something, some unique value proposition, or is it just making that right connection to get?
I'm about to tell you exactly what it is.
Look at his eyeballs.
Okay, wait a minute. It just got real on the Andre The Beast Crayton show live.
So it took me over a decade just to get where I'm at right now, with having a major company representing me and marketing my music.
Yes.
Before I had to deal with Sony, and I did a deal, with them and another smaller label with the Sony situation. And right now we dealing with some legal issues because someone decided to take my song down. One of my songs down.
Why they take it down?
And we're in the middle of a lawsuit,
They took
So
your
that
song.
song right
What
there,
does that
Sexy.
mean
That
when
song
you
Sexy.
say?
The one you playing right, that video is definitely that's the song they took down off of Sony, but they put it back up for some odd reason because they didn't want no smoke in the courtroom. But in reality, having talent is not enough. You gotta literally rub arms with the right people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like, you gotta rub arms with the right people. You gotta have a little money behind you, and you need a lawyer. You're gonna need a lawyer regardless.
A lawyer, because to represent your
entertainment lawyer.
interests. Yeah.
Damn,
You
you
need your own
entertainment
entertainment lawyer.
lawyer
You don't use the one from the
Yes.
label, because the label
Through
lawyers
Recap,
represent
yeah.
them. You want your own that's gonna represent you.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And you got yourself covered too. Because I mean, this ain't no joke. Back in the day, y'all guys know that none of them cats really made any money. You understand that? If you
Right.
go back to old Motown and the things like that, they didn't make no money. They didn't make
They
any
got
money.
cars.
We got what?
They got cars, and they got cars
Exactly.
and houses.
Maybe
and it was
cars
just
and
owned by the
houses.
label.
Yep.
So right now, I'm gonna ask both of you guys, just to keep you on the line. Who's your favorite rapper? Me personally, I'm gonna say I like Rick Ross. I mean, I love some Rick Ross. That little hook he got, it's like
That's it. Huh?
Maybach music, I don't know how long it took him to get there. I did a little research on him, but just that one little thing, man, he's blown up on everybody's album, Maybach music. Do you have something like that people look at? Do you got your own little signature hook or whatever so people can recognize you from all the other rappers?
Oh yeah, I got a growl. I growl. And not just growl, but I make it sound sick though. You know what I'm saying? I make it to where oh, that's Scoop.
Okay, well, let's hear some of it then.
You want to hear some?
Yeah. I want you to growl.
Give us a hook. Give us something to roll with.
All right. I make him snitch like Takashi. Do the 6ix9ine when she top me. Try to stop me. To my best, I salute. About to get greedy about the lies and the truth. You do Scoop. Damn, split your shit off of rings, nigga. Get the Mark 19 and remove your spleen, nigga. I make Oh, I'm going in. I'm trying not to cuss, so I'm trying to think. I'm in the bigger country. So all right.
He said, "I'm trying not to."
This is an explicit podcast, so you can
I
cuss.
was going to say cussing.
Go right ahead.
Okay, all right.
Take it from the top.
I should have asked that before I went because I'm like, okay, I'm going straight to the dome, and going to the dome means you might just say some stuff that's gonna be outlandish. So I make him snitch like Takashi. Do the 6ix9ine when she top me. Try to stop me. To my best, I salute. I'm about to get greedy about the lies and the truth. You niggas Scoop. Damn, split your wig afro sheen, nigga. Get the Mark 19, remove your spleen, nigga. Your favorite rapper's line suicidal. Give him clap, that the nigga viral. Judas to your disciples, you know, something like that, you know.
And then you growl at him.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
That was
dog.
good, Jason. Yeah, that was good.
You hear a couple of bah and all that, and so you know.
Damon,
Oh, man.
let's who were some of your favorite? Wow. Who were some of your favorite entertainers that you're looking up to and trying to, idolize your stuff behind, go behind?
Since I'm a real genuine R&B artist, I like to go back, to where it all started from, the roots of it. Some of my favorite artists are people like, Kenny Babyface Edmonds, Babyface, Usher, Bruno Mars, Neo. Definitely, it's a mixture of all of them.
He hasn't said Alexander O'Neal yet.
He ain't in that generation, baby.
You got to put me on. Thank you for putting me on. I know now. I know.
Alexander was a little bit before his time.
Thank you.
So do us a favor. You got your guitar. Give us some live stuff like Scoop just did. Let me see what you got.
Give you a little something. Okay.
Give me a little something.
All right.
And you can go ahead and pull that mic over as you're standing. It'll flex over to you, so get it in front of your face.
I'm going to tell you, people, this is Andre The Beast Crayton Show. We're live streaming with Scoop, with D. Carl in the game. Man, This is a long day, and we got my co-host Yolanda Smith. Please subscribe, rate, like, review.
Share. And be there. Just be there.
There we go.
Cool.
We can rate. He might even sing something. We can rate. We doing it up in here.
All right.
Damn, that sound good.
You got a real guitar.
Yeah.
So, this is my single called Beautiful Girl. And it goes out to all the beautiful women in this room and every one of y'all out there. Beautiful girl, I miss you. Come back to me and give me a chance. Not just a night, but a lifetime. Right to me, it's where you should be. 'Cause I'm so in love with you. Love me stronger, love me better than you ever will. Dive into your heart and show you all the ways to love you. Whoa. Dive into your heart and show you all the ways to love you. 'Cause girl, you're
All right now.
Live.
All
The
right.
Andre The Beast Crayton Show. Subscribe, rate, review, rate.
Share.
Man, that was really
Nice,
awesome.
nice.
Scoot, what do you think about that?
Man, look, I thought that was dope. I wish I was there live with you guys right now. Let's just say that.
I know that would be awesome. But I think what you see is, you know what? There is so much diversity to music, so much talent, you know, just among these two men that, you know, I want you guys to go out and support them. Most and foremost, you know, go out and support them. You got Scoot over here on, what was it, the Militia? To tell them what the company is. What's your company?
If you want to follow me and you want to go to my website and support, it's www.scootsme.com, which is www.sqootsme.com. And you
So-
get the merchandise, music, everything you need. Let's get it.
Yep, he's Scoot with a Q. I like it. See, that's how you be different. I'm a branding expert, and so if you do what's normal and common, you can't stand out. But you take Scoot and put a Q instead of a C, you get Scoot. You know.
I still got this song on my mind.
So how they gonna find you, Damon Karl? How they finding you?
So you can find me everywhere that you know you have social media: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube as well. Under Damon Karl. That's DamonKarl. You can't forget about the K. All
That's right.
Remember
That's
that.
right.
That's
you
the
see
branding
that?
part
That's
again.
right. Damon Karl with a K. With a K.
So before we wrap up, guys, I first want to say thank you for coming on. That's what the show's about. It's about everybody going into that, keeping that beast frame of mind. I like the way you guys have stayed strong. You're young, you're strong, and you definitely got my attention. When you get my attention, that means something to me.
You see what he said? He said it means something to him.
Let's start with Scoop. I want both of you guys to leave something impactful that has changed your life, and what would you recommend for people, young people, this generation, to move forward and to stay strong? Scoop, let's start with you, buddy.
I would say just stay true with yourself. Do what you love doing regardless. 9 to 5 is not for everybody.
Right.
And I believe that God put us in this world and gave us a purpose, and it's our choice. Actually, it's up to us to figure out what it is and to live out our purpose in life. Even if it's hosting a radio show or being an artist or whatever. But God gave us gift for a reason. That's what we're here for. So don't get stuck listening to everybody else that's out there, because you know your truth. So do what you love doing. That's all I gotta say.
Love it.
Damon.
So, what I would love to say to the young people and, you know, other aspiring artists is that you know, make sure you are a person of quality, more so. Don't do your work. You know, give quality to it, because, you know, when it all comes down to it, you're the right person, and you're the only person that, you know, they're gonna come to afterwards when it's all said and done. So you know, just keep on doing the real authentic version of yourself. Keep on living the real authentic version of yourself.
All right, now, you know, that's what I tell them in a minute. You need to be able to articulate your value, live authentically,
he sound
and
like he read your
stand
book.
out. Did you read my book? Y'all need to go get my book, by the way, Reputation to Reward.
That's
right.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey guys, thanks for coming on. Hey, you know what? We're going to keep following you guys. We're going to have you guys back on. We want to know your careers and where it's going. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been live from 12 o'clock to 7. We're almost out of here. This is Yolanda, Damon, Scoot. This is Andre The Beast Crayton.
And Jason.
And Jason.
Don't go nowhere, guys.